Hi, this is the last part, third part of the Alien trilogy of my videos. Okay, so I just listened to the second one over, and this is the last piece of what I want to share about that. So that ego impatience, the impatience that you have, and I know it's slight, don't fight me on this. You may not think you're impatient, but you are. Okay? The only person who's not impatient, the only people who are not impatient are people who are vibrating at 1,000 above. So you're in extra good company. There's a ton of people that everybody's impatient. At some level, there's an impatience. So take that for what it's worth. So the impatience, that impatience is part of the non-grounding, the non-presence. So the non-present moment awareness. Non-physical body. So this is an important shift for you. In the last healing, when you felt super heavy, remember your body felt really super heavy? That's because your body craved grounding. And it asked you to pull the healing into the deepest part of every cell, and even into the nucleus of every cell in your body. So you've done a lot of work. You've gone a long way with staying pretty much in the higher levels and intellectualizing. And so at this stage of the game, to get the full body healing that you desire, require you're in the process of manifesting. So you started this manifestation process of a perfect, healthy body before you ever met me. You set the intention. So the desire came from you. And in order to get that manifestation, it's time to start pulling that full healing down into the physical body, down to the deepest part of yourself. To pulling every cell into the nucleus of every cell. And this is the biggest and most major part of this shift. And this impatience, if you can really meditate on and really connect with your ego impatience, really connect with that, that is like a doorway for you to walk through to be able to be completely present. And the more present that you're able to be, so the less resistant you are to any present moment, however it shows up. And just allowing the experience to happen without words. So this is the direction you're moving. I sort of feel like this is the last kind of gate. Like this is it may be the last lesson to move into that space where you're completely healed, 100%. Is just so seeing your impatience, wherever you see your impatience, wherever you feel a resistance to how everything is happening right now, whether it's taking too long or you want it to go differently. For you, impatience is more of the signpost, which I think is really cool. So your body's asking you to really be with it, be present. Whether you go hiking or whatever you do, anytime outside, just be as aware as possible, 100%, in the physical body. In the physical body. Pulling the highest vibrational energy, the divine healing light energy, pulling into your body and just being present and like feeling, feeling everything. Feeling. Really just kind of grounding into every single moment. Every moment, not even every second, but every moment, every microsecond. Grounding into every single microsecond. And just feeling your physical body as much as possible, like and holding the thought, this is exactly what I wanted to experience this moment. And whenever you're talking to someone, that's exactly what I wanted that person to say. So that every single microsecond, as it's being laid out, as it's happening, it's like you have complete and total trust in your higher self, in your soul, and in the way everything is progressing. That's like, so you just end up kind of being in like this state of awe where you're like, oh my God, my soul set this perfect adventure up for me, including this person, including like this, everything, everything. So, as you know, I thought Betty Walker was going to die. My dog, Betty Walker, felt 15-year-old hound. Can't expect to get much more out of a dog, And I thought she was going to die, and so I spent all this time doing energy healing on her for days and days and days. I cried, and I gave her permission to go. Just thanked her for being my dog and coming to me and being amazing and hilarious and da-da-da-da. And then now she's over it. Whatever it was, I don't know if it was the energy healing or it was just... So now that I thought she was going to die, and now I still have her, and she's back to barking. She's back to being hilarious, crazy old lady. Now I feel like every moment that I have her is like this gift. And so I'm living this existence with this dog that I would have liked to think that I was living before. But I wasn't. Because now it's... now I am. And so now the way I'm living with her now, the way I am with her now, and I'm like... like, you're still here and you're just amazing. And so I was doing that before, but it wasn't as deep as it is now, because now I feel like I got like a second shot at it, and she's still here, and it's like, So I always loved her. I always appreciated her, but now that she's like got this extra life from somewhere, now I'm really way more present. And so you're being asked to live your life like this Betty's second life. And like, oh my God. So, I mean, I don't want you to imagine that you died, but that actually was something that happened in The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, Dan Millman's book. He had an experience of death, and then he was not dead. And then he was still Dan Millman, but then he went on from there. It's just cool. Anyway, I can't really explain it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, as present as you've been, if you imagine you died and then came back, then you'd be even more like, oh my God, I get to see this again. I get to touch this person again. I get to hug this person again. I get to see that again. And there's so much more appreciation and gratitude. That's what your soul wants you to do now. This is where they want you to go. They really want you to come, but you need the body. You need to pull that energy into your physical meat suit. You need to pull it in, like all of it. And you know what I'm talking about, all that energy that you've done so much out there and up here. Now it's time to really pull it down and pull it into every cell, every single nucleus, like the nucleus of every cell and everything, and just be really like, oh my God, I'm really here. I'm really here, and I'm doing this. So it's like your life is not just a meditation, but as like an epiphany meditation. That's what they're asking you to do. This is what they're calling you to do. And see if your dad has anything to say. He's just nodding and smiling. And he's saying something like, you got this, but he would never say those words, but I can't, it's the only way I can get it. It's not like you can do this. It's beyond that. It's like you are doing this, or you have done this. It's almost like, remember, you have already done this. remember the healing has already happened. Remember that there's a simultaneous reality existing in which you are doing this already. That's what it's like. But then he's got this sense of humor, like cheeky thing that he's like, but yeah, you got this, that covers it. Because he's like, remember that there exists like a space-time continuum in which the reality of you living exactly like this is actually happening. Remember that is happening. It's just it's like a timeline that's right next to the current timeline. It's like, just remember that time, that basically that timeline is happening right now. Remember that reality is already a functioning reality. And then, so then he's funny because I'm not as smart as he is, so he's kind of making fun of me like, yeah, you got this, that covers it. The space-time continuum, and there's already that reality happening. So remember that reality is already happening. So you just close your eyes, talk to your dad, have him like lead you to that. I see it on your right. So if you do a meditation and you see what you're doing now where you're trying and it's happening and you're doing what you can do. So you're trying, or remember, call on your dad, have him, as you meditate and you understand about bringing the healing down into your bones and to your physical body. And then call on your dad to lead you, bring you, almost like not a time warp, a portal, like an energy portal, like a you know what it is, like a quantum leap, or like a shift, but it's like a quantum leap. It's like there's an energy portal or a quantum leap to put you in the reality of where you're already doing it powerfully. To know that exists. That's all you need to know, is that exists. And so you leap yourself into that reality. Yeah. So much love for you. We love you, love you, love you. Love you.